Welcome back, children. Let us do question number 10 of exercise 2.2. The number of boys and girls in a class are in the ratio 7:5. The number of boys is 8 more than the number of girls. What is the total class strength? Now you can see the given ratio is 7:5 and this ratio is of boys and girls. So let the number of boys be 7x and girls be 5x. And the question, according to question, the condition given is that number of boys is equal to 8 more than the number of girls. It is given that number of boys in class are 8 more than the number of girls. So number of boys are 7x equal to 8 more than means plus. Whenever more than will come, you will write plus sign. So 7x equal to 8 plus number of girls are 5x. Now 5x will be transposing to left side, it becomes minus 5x. 7x minus 5x is 2x equal to 8. Now this 2 will go to the right side and it will divide with 8. We get 4. X as 4. So number of boys are 7x. So x will be replaced by now 4. 7 4s are 28 are number of boys and number of girls are 5 4s are 20. And we have to tell the total strength of class. Total strength of class is number of boys plus number of girls is the total strength, that is 48. So total strength of class is 48. Now coming to question 11. Baichung's father is 26 years younger than Baichung's grandfather and 29 years older than Baichung. The sum of the ages of all of three is 135 years. What is the age of each one of them? Now, you can see, let us assume Baichung's age be x years and his father is 29 years older than Baichung. So, Baichung's father age. Let Baichung's age is x years. His father is 29 years older than Baichung. So, Baichung's father age will be x plus 29. And Baichung's grandfather is 26 years older than his father's age, Baichung's father's age. So, if Baichung's father age is x plus 29, and if we add 26 years more in this age, we get the age of grandfather, right? So in this way, Baichung age is x years, Baichung's father age is x plus 29 and Baichung's grandfather age is x plus 55 years. Or you can assume one more thing. You can take Baichung's father age as x and his father is 29 years older than Baichung, or Baichung is 29 years younger than his father. So then Baichung's age will become x minus 29 and Baichung's father is 26 years younger than his grandfather, or Baichung's grandfather age is 26 more than father's age. So x plus 26. But I think this method is more easier. Let Baichung's age x, Baichung's father x plus 29 and grandfather age is x plus 55. Now according to question, the sum of their ages, Baichung's age, Baichung's father age and Baichung's grandfather age. The sum of the ages of all the three is equal to 135. So x plus x is 3x. 29 plus 55 is 84. 84 will be transposed to right side. It will subtract and gives 51. Then 3 will divide with 51. It gives 17. So therefore Baichung's age is 17 years and Baichung's father's age is 17 plus 29. X plus 29 was father's age, so x will be replaced with 17 and 17 plus 29 gives 46 years is father's age and grandfather's age is 17 plus 55, that is 72 years. So this was question 11. Coming to question 12, 15 years from now Ravi's age will be 4 times his present age. What is Ravi's present age? Now we have to let Ravi's present age be x. After 15 years his age will be, as I told you, after 4 years the age will be added 4 years to the present age. After 15 years means, if present age, let Ravi's present age be x years. So after 15 years his age will be whatever is his present age today, add 15 in that. You will get his age after 15 years. So x plus 15 year is the age of Ravi after 15 years. And condition is, after 15 years, whatever is his age, that is equal to 4 times his present age. So after 15 years, his age is x plus 15, that is equal to 4 times his present age, that is x. So it becomes x plus 15 equal to 4x. Now x will be transposed, it goes to 4x and gets subtract from 4x. We get 3x equal to 15. X is 15 by 3, x is 5. So Ravi's present age is 5 years. Coming to 13th question. A rational number is such that when you multiply it by 5 by 2 and add 2 by 3 to the product, you get minus 7 by 12. What is the number? So let us assume the number is x. Now question is, if you multiply this number by 5 by 2, we get 5 by 2x. When we multiply this number by 5 by 2, the product is 5 by 2x. And if we add 2 by 3 to this product, means plus 2 by 3. You get means equal to. We get means we get or you get means equal to minus 7 by 12. So 5 by 2x plus 2 by 3 equal to minus 7 by 12. Now this is a constant fraction or a rational number. We will take it to right side and it gets subtracted from minus 7 by 12. Now you can see these are unlike fractions or unlike rational numbers. We will take LCM and solve it. The numerator becomes minus 7 minus 8, that is minus 15 by 12. This is minus 15 by 12, right? Then x is minus 15 by 12. Now you can see when this 2 goes to right side, it will multiply in the numerator and 5 will divide in the denominator. So this is 2 cancels with, this becomes 2 by 5. 5 by 2 when it goes to right side, it becomes into 2 by 5. Reciprocal will be there. Right, now 2 6 are 12, 5 3s are 15, and 3 1s are 3 2s are 6. So the number is minus 1 by 2. So the required number is minus 1 by 2. There's a correction. This was not 2, this was 12. So 2 cancels with 12 at 6, 5 cancels with 15 at 3, then 3 and 6 cancels at 2. So x is minus 1 by 2, required number is minus 1 by 2. Now question 14 is, Lakshmi is a cashier in a bank. She has a currency notes of denomination 100 rupee, 50 rupees and 10 rupees respectively. The ratio of the number of these notes is 2:3:5. The total cash with Lakshmi is 4 lakh. How many notes of each denomination does she have? Now the ratio is 2:3:5. This is the ratio of 100 rupee, 50 rupee and 10 rupee notes. Now we are assuming that let number of 100 rupee notes be as per ratio we have to write. The first ratio is for 100 rupee notes. So 100 rupee notes, let it be 2x. 50 rupee notes be 3x. 10 rupee notes be 5x. Now whenever we will do denomination sums, after assuming the number of notes, we have to find out their value also, their denomination. So we have to find value of each and every note. So to find the value, multiply the number of notes with the currency. Like 100 rupee note, currency is 100 rupee. So multiply the number of notes with currency, given currency. You will get the value of that particular currency. So value of 100 rupee notes will be, number of notes were 2x, multiply 100 gives 200x. Value of 50 rupee notes, number is 3x into currency is 50, 3x into 50 is 150x. And value of 10 rupee notes is, what is the number of 10 rupee notes? 5x. And currency value, the currency with whose value we need is 10, so its value is 50x. Now their total value is equal to 4 lakh, right? So total cash is 4 lakh. It means total value of all the currency notes is equal to 4 lakh. So after adding we get 400, x is equal to 4x, x is equal to 4 lakh upon 400. 2 zeros cancel with 2 zeros in the numerator and 4 cancels with 4000. It gives us 1000. It means number of 100 rupee notes are 2 into x. X is 1000, so it becomes 2000. 50 rupee notes are 3 into 1000, 3000, and 10 rupee notes are 5 into 1000, 5000. Now you can check your answer. As I told you, if x is 1000, so we can see what is the value of 100 rupee notes. As I told you, to find value, multiply the number of notes with 100, number of notes with 50 to find the value of 50 rupee notes. To find the value of 10 rupee notes, multiply the number with 10 rupees, right? 10. So this is the value. If I put x 1000 in these values, let me check whether the total value becomes 4 lakh. So value of 100 rupee note was 200x and x is replaced by 1000. So it becomes 2 lakh. 50 rupee notes value is 1,50,000 and 10 rupee note value is 50x was their value of 10 rupee note. So 15 to 1000 makes it 50,000, and if you add it up you get 4 lakh. So that is why the total value is always equal to the total money we have. So I hope this is clear. So it is very important to find the value of each and every currency, note or coin. Coming to question 15, I have a total of 300 in coins of denomination 1, 2 and 5 rupees. Number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times the number of 5 rupee coins. Total number of coins is 160. How many coins of each denomination are with me? Now it is given that 2 rupee coins, number of 2 rupee coins are 3 more than the 5 rupee coins. It means 2 rupee coins are more than 5 rupee coins. So that always whichever has lesser value will assume that as x. It means 5 rupee coins are lesser than 2 rupee coins. So let number of 5 rupee coins be x. Number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times the number of 5 rupee coins. So it becomes 3x. And we have total coins as, it is given that total number of coins are 160. Right? If total coins are 160 and I have 70 2 rupee coins and 35 rupee coins, it means 1 rupee coins will be 60, right? So to find 1 rupee coins, I have to subtract the number of 2 rupee and 5 rupee coins from 160. So to find 1 rupee coins, 160 minus, I have to subtract the number of 5 and 2 rupee coins from 160. 160 minus x plus 3x, that is 160 minus 4x. Now we'll find value of each and every coin. And to find the value, multiply the number with the currency. Multiply number with the currency. Multiply number with the currency. So value of 5 rupee coins is x into 5, that is 5x. Number of value of 2 rupee coins is 3x into 2, 6x. And value of 1 rupee coins is, the number of 1 rupee coins are 160 minus 4x into its currency is rupee 1, coin is 1 rupee. So it remains same, 160 minus 4x. Now total money we have is 300. So total value of all the coins is equal to 300. 5x plus 6x plus 160 minus 4x is 300. 5 plus 6 is 11x minus 4x is 7x. And this 160 will be transposed to right side. We get 140 is equal to 7x, or x equal to 140 by 7, that is 20. So x is 20. We get number of 5 rupee coins are 20. 2 rupee coins were 3x, 3 into 20, 60. And 1 rupee coins are 160 minus 4x. And x is 20, 4x means 4 into 20, that is 80. So 160 minus 80 is 80. So these are the number of 5 rupee, 2 rupee and 1 rupee coins. Now coming to the last question, the organizers of an essay competition decides that a winner in the competition gets a prize of 100 rupees and a participant who does not win get a prize of 25 rupees. Now total prize money distributed is 3000 rupees. Find the number of winners if the total number of participants is 63. Now you can see total participants were 63. And these participants include winners as well as the participant who does not win. So I am assuming that total winners are x, number of winners are x, and total participant who participated in the competition are 63. If out of 63, x are winners, so how many are non-winners? That is the number of participant who does not win, 63 minus x, right? If winners are x, total are 63, so the number of participant who does not win are 63 minus x. Now we'll find the prize money for each winner and for these winners and non-winners. Now it is mentioned that prize money given to one winner is 100 rupee. If a person who participated in the competition wins, he or she will get 100 rupee. So one winner will get 100 rupees. Total winners are x. So prize money given to x winners are 100x. And prize money given to one participant who does not win are 25. Participant will be given 25 rupees as a prize money. one participant, right? And total number of participant who does not win are 63 minus x. So prize money given to non-winners or the participant who does not win are 63 minus x into 25. Now the total prize money, the prize money given to winners and non-winners, their total sum is 3000, right? So 100x plus 63 minus x into 25. This is prize money of winners, this is prize money given to non-winners, and the total prize money is the sum of these two, that is 3000. So 100x plus 1575 minus 63 into 25 gives 1575 minus 25x equal to 3000. So 100x minus 25x is 75x, and this 1575 will be transposed to right side, and after subtracting it from 3000 we get 1425, and 75x equal to 1425. Then 75 will be divided by 1425. Both will be divisible by 5. 5 15s are 5 285s are, again with 5 5 3s are 5 57s are, then again 3 with 57, both are divisible at 3. 3 19s are 3 1s are, so you get x 19 and number of winners are 19. If we have to find the number of participant who does not win, then we can solve it by 63 minus 19, that is equal to 44. So number of participants who does not win are 44, but we have to only find number of winners. So in the same way like we have done, we have find the value of each and every currency note or coin in those denomination sums. Here also we have to find the prize money of winners as well as non-winners, then we have to add them up to make the total prize money. This thing we have to keep in mind. So this completes your exercise 2.2. Thank you so much.